Okay, hi everyone and welcome to my painting video. My name is Stephen and we're going to be painting a lovely oil painting today, and I'll just show you here now. I have a canvas board and I have a rough sketch of a lovely hills with a cottage from County Kerry. I have my palette here just so you can see me mixing. I hope this turns out well, so we'll give it a go and see how it goes anyway. I have my tops over here with some tissue for drying, and same as the last videos, same brushes, same techniques. So let's crack on and see how we go. Now I'm going to do a very subtle sky on this. It's just going to be maybe a blue sky with one or two clouds drifting across the sky, okay? Just to keep it nice and simple. So what I'm going to do is dip into my white, okay, just like this. Add a little bit of touch just to make it nice and flowy, so it flows around, and a tiny bit of Naples yellow, okay. We want this very, very, very light, just to go along the bottom end of the horizon here, okay. Just paint that across like this, and we're going to do that only about halfway up. Alright, just gives a very, very pale cream kind of colour. And once you do that, then dip into your turps a little and then add a tiny bit of cobalt blue into this. You see that? And we want a very, very light blue for this, just to make it like a creamy texture, okay? I'm going to paint that right across the sky. Now you can take your time with this at home. I'm just doing this a little quickly because I'm worried about the camera running out of battery or running out of time. But you can take your time with this at home, there's no hurry. And just blend that down into that creamy colour that we did earlier. Just like that. And of course, because they're oils, they stay wet, they won't dry out very quickly. If this was acrylics, you'd have a tough job doing this, trying to get them to blend together. That's why I love oils. There we go. Just right up to the top. It doesn't have to be a thick layer of paint, just a very thin coat of paint. Just across like that. And just keep going back and forward. You can see that? Now, you want to make that a little darker just on top, okay? So I'm going to go into my cobalt blue again. And again, I'm mixing this all on the same area. Okay, just allow the colours to mix. A little bit of cobalt blue. And a little touch of, let's see, maybe a touch of burnt umber. Okay. More blue. We want a real darkish kind of a grey blue for this. There we go. That's a bit better. Just at the top of the canvas. Now, let's see, right. Okay, I think that's okay for now. We'll put in a couple of clouds. And for that, I'm just going to use my little flat brush, which I use for most things in painting. They're very versatile, you can use them for everything. So, into your turpentine, and straight into the white, okay? It's almost it's almost completely dry, the brush. So straight into your white, load it up with plenty of white, and a small circular movements, okay? Just across like this. Up and down, up and down. And you can see it's blending into the blue underneath, which gives a lovely effect. Okay, there we go. Now you can play around with this yourself, you don't have to copy me exactly. I'm just giving you a rough idea of how to paint a simple cloud. Alright, bring it up there. And notice I'm going at a slight angle because that will suggest that it's going off into the distance, okay? We put another little one under here. Now this one is going to be more horizontal because it's so far away, and when everything is far away, they're almost horizontal, okay? Because otherwise it might look a little bit funny, wouldn't it? Just like that, you see? Go back into the white again, and perhaps we'll put one here. Yeah, small circular motions up and down, just flick the brush around, create lots of different shapes. Okay, and let it blend into that blue underneath. There we go, just like that. Not too bad now, is it? Now I want to get a very bright highlight just on the edge of these clouds. Okay, so I'm going to go into my white. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm just going to show you anyway. Into the white and a tiny bit of the Naples yellow, and that gives a very, very bright white. Now you're probably thinking yellow in clouds, but if you actually go out and look at a cloud on a sunny day, it's actually very, very bright yellow around the edge. You know, this just gives that extra little bit of highlight. There we go. Just play around with the clouds. That's what I love about painting. You can just make it whatever you like. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. I'll bring that over here a little bit more. Oh, don't look too bad. Now what I'm going to do next is take my blender brush, and I have a new blender brush, well, a makeup brush, bought it in the discount store, €2. Lovely, lovely soft bristles for blending colours. Okay, very gently just blend that down into the blue, just the bottom half of the cloud. I just want to blend it off. Okay, there we go. Just so there's no hard edges along the bottom of the cloud. That's all. There we go. Just like that. And there we have a nice soft sky. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Right, next now there's a little mountain here, and I'm going to show you now how to paint mountains. And we're going to be doing a shadow side and a light side. And this is going to be very, very nice. I'll show you here now. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take, let me see, we'll use our big green brush again, yeah? We'll get it done a bit quicker for you. So, I'm going to dip into my cobalt blue again, and a little bit of cadmium red. Now a lot of artists will say alizarin crimson, which is a very, very rich type of a pink, but it's a bit rich for me. I just like the cadmium red, it's more natural. Okay, so we're going to be painting the mountain in dark, and then we're going to be putting the highlights on afterwards. So cobalt blue, cadmium red, a little bit of white, and just to dim that down a little bit, a tiny bit of brown. Tiny, tiny bit of that burnt umber, okay? There we go. So we have a nice warm grey kind of a shadow colour. And just always test it first, because you can always lighten it. Now, maybe a little bit more brown. Okay. Because I want these colours to be soft, I don't want them to be too strong. That's not bad. Now, you can make the mountain whatever you like, okay? Whatever shape you like. Just remember, wiggle the brush as you go along, up and down, because mountains have all little ridges here and there. Just fill that in. Now I'm just going around the roof of the cottage here, okay? I'm not going painting over the entire cottage. You can if you like, but this just makes it easier afterwards, so that you're working on the dry canvas when you're painting the cottage. So keep going with that. Let's add more brown in, I think. Make it more of a hill colour. There we go, that's nicer, isn't it? Now the mountain comes around like that. And it comes up here again. I hope this is alright now on the video. I hope it's not zooming in and out itself, because I'm taping this on my camera phone. It's a good camera phone, but sometimes they can zoom in and out automatically. So I do hope it turns out okay. Forgive me if it doesn't. My next door neighbour Tony has very good equipment. He's a photographer, and he said he would help me along. but really I'd like to give it a go myself, you know. So here we go. Fill this all in, okay, all the way down. Let's put a bit more brown. Now you can make all these colours, change these colours as you're going along with life. You don't have to copy me exactly, okay. Blend this brown into the bottom of the mountain here. There we go. Now, that's a nice mountain color to begin with. Now what I want to do next is, the bottom of this mountain here, there's going to be lovely mist, right? So what I'm going to do is take one of my other flat brushes, okay? Just a normal flat brush, and I'm going to dip into my white, dry brush into the white, and go into the bottom of this mountain here and work that white paint into the bottom. Circular motion, right? Just like this. That's all you're doing, round and round. And that'll create a lovely mist at the bottom of the hill. And we're going to blend this in a minute with our blender brush. It's going to look stunning. There we go. Blend that now with your blender brush, okay? Very, very lightly. There we go. Now we're going to be doing highlights on the mountain here as well, so we're going to be probably going over this again. Anyway. No, that's not bad, is it? Right. I just want to show you how to do a couple of quick highlights on the hills. Just around the edge of the hills here where the light is catching from the sun, okay? So what I'm going to do is, with this dry brush, dip into titanium white and a little bit of that naples yellow again. That very, very bright sunlight colour. Okay? Nice and thick on the brush, loads of paint, and then simply catch the edge of the hills, okay? Just like that. And wiggle it slightly. That's all you're doing. Wiggle the brush slightly here and there, okay? And I'm just imagining all these little ridges coming down the mountain. Just like that. You see that? Now experiment with this. It takes a bit of practice to do this. We're not going to get it right the first time. But these pointy brushes do help an awful lot because they're bristled, because they're synthetic brushes, they come to a lovely fine point and you can get lovely sharp edges. If this was a bristle brush, you'd find this very difficult. You'd probably have to go back using a little pointy brush in the end. So these brushes are ideal for this type of work. Okay? Now, when a brush gets dirty, just give it a wipe with a cloth and go back into your white again. A little bit of titanium white, a little bit of naples yellow, and we go over here and do this big guy, alright? We go up to a point and then we'll wiggle it down. Just like that. A couple of little wiggles here and there, that's all it is. It's much easier than it looks. Just practice, 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 that's all it is. Okay? Now I normally take my time with this, but I'm just trying to get as much as I can in here in the short time that I have to show you guys. There we go. Now you can come back to this later and put little details in with your pointy brush if you like, by all means, but I'm just doing it quickly just to give you a quick lesson, just to show you how easy it really is. Now with that done, I'm just going to take my blender brush again. I gave it a little clean on some tissue and just very gently soften those down into the mountains, okay? Don't go right to the edge, just soften these pieces here down into the mountain. And downward strokes go in the direction of the hill. Always follow the way the land is falling, okay? And there we go. Little hills with some snow up on the top. Nice, isn't it? Right. I think next time we'll tackle this cottage here, alright? So what I'm going to do is take my small flat brush again, same brush. Use whatever brush you feel comfortable with, you don't have to copy my brushes at all. I'm going to go into some burnt sienna and burnt umber, okay? Nice and thick. Same amounts of each. And I'm going to put in my cottage roof here. And it's very, very simple to draw a cottage. Up, right across like this. Down like this, okay? That's the front of the roof now that we're looking at here. And this rich burnt sienna will really stand out against that hill. It'll be lovely. Okay, and you'll notice the way I'm brushing it, I'm following the lie of the roof, the direction of the roof. I'm following that at an angle. And then when that's done, dip into a burnt umber, and it's going to get darker as we go down, okay? I'm just putting little flicks of paint on here now, that's all I'm doing. Alright? And we can go even darker again, maybe dip into some black, lamp black, and just go along the edge. Okay, now you probably have Payne's Grey in your palette. If you bought a box set, that's fine, use Payne's Grey. I just use black because it's much stronger, much more effective. For me anyway. Now, I'm going to take a small round brush and just dip into that colour, that burnt umber colour, and paint the back of the roof down here, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just telling you the shape of, showing you the shape of the cottage. That's all. Now, there we go. Now next we're going to put in the light side of the cottage here, the front, with the doors and the windows, okay? Because the light is coming from the right hand side, as you can see from the mountains. So this is going to be the light side here. This is going to be in sunlight. So I'm taking my small brush again and dipping into some Naples yellow again, and some titanium white. Same colour again, and just paint that across here. Just fill that in. Lovely sunlight colour. And cottages are lovely to paint because there's an endless array of cottages with shapes and designs and different types of roofs. But this is just a simple cottage now, just to get you started, alright? Now, there we go. That's the front. With the same brush, I'm going to dip into the yellow, the white again, and a little bit of cobalt blue and a little bit of cadmium red. I'm going to make a nice rich purple colour for that shadow on the gable end, okay? So, let's try this. Now that's a little bit blue. If you find this a little bit blue, just take a touch of brown, okay? Touch of brown, and that'll dull down the blue, make it a nice purpley shadow. There we go. Just painting the shadow here. It doesn't have to be perfect, we'll be putting in details on this later. And we'll be fixing the lines and what have you, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I'm going to just go into my black with this brush, with the same brush I have, I didn't clean it. And just under the eave here I'm going to put a slight shadow, okay? Because there'll be a shadow cast by the eave of the roof. Just like that. Okay? It's not too bad now, is it? There we go. Now, doors and windows. Doors and windows. Now, I apologise if I'm going too quickly for you. But you can always just pause the video and take your time. Now I'm taking my small round brush here. And I'm just going to go into some black. If you have Payne's Grey, just use Payne's Grey, okay? A little bit of black. And I'm going to just put in two windows, okay? Just straight brush stroke, straight down like that. Okay? And that's the little sill. There we go, that's one window. Same on this side. Okay? And there we go. That's another window. Just like that. It's that simple. Now your lines don't have to be perfectly straight or anything like that, because these are old houses, they're going to be rickety and falling down, some of them. Now for the door, we put in some cadmium red, so a nice rich red, and this will draw the eye into the painting, because a touch of red in a painting will always catch your eye. Okay, cadmium red, perhaps a little bit of burnt umber as well, just to darken it up a little bit. There we go. That's it. Now I'm just going to fix the eave of this roof here, because it wouldn't be normally very straight like that, would it? It would be kind of up and down and up and down. So I just dipped into my burnt umber there with a little bit of black, and I'm just going along, and I'm just shaking the brush a little, okay? Because it's never going to be perfect. There we go, like that. And also at the end of the gable here, we're going to have some turf for the some bogwood. So I'm going to put in some turf here for the fire. A couple of brush strokes here and there, that's all. Stacked against the gable end of the house. See that? Very simple. Now you're probably saying, where the heck is the chimney? Well, it's not a house without a chimney, is it? We're going to dip into this white again, and the Naples yellow, okay? And just in, we just say the centre, we're going to put in front of the chimney here. Again, same way as I painted the windows, little rectangle, okay? Clean your brush, wipe it off your tissue, and then go into the shadow colour again, which is a little bit of cobalt blue, a little bit of red. Just make a nice shadow colour for the back of the chimney. Okay? Play around with the colours. There you go, just like that. There's our chimney. Now, just for the very, very tip of that chimney, I'm going to put some burnt umber just along here. Okay? I'm painting a little pot. There we go. It's that easy. Very, very, very easy. Now, right, now what I'm going to do with these windows here, just put a little shadow on those windows, just to give it that more three-dimensional look, okay? So I'm just going to put a little shadow in around the window here. Just like that, okay? Just a little line. And then just take a bit of that lighter colour that we just used and put it across the centre. And that could be like the sashes of the window frame then, okay? Now, let's move on to this foreground area here, okay? It's just going to be basically brown weeds and grasses and that kind of thing, okay? So I'm just going to go into I'm going to get my large green brush again, a flat brush, and I'm going to dip into Naples yellow, okay? Because we're going to start off light, because it's so off in the distance here, it's going to be bright, very, very pale, very light, okay, off in the distance. So I just dipped into Naples yellow, a little bit of white, and let's just have a go and have a look at that. It's not too bad. A little bit of brown maybe. There we go. Just fill that in, across under the cottage, just there. All I'm doing basically is just covering the canvas. Just covering the canvas, that's all I'm doing. We'll be putting lights and darks on this later. Okay. Again, some burnt umber, Naples yellow. Fill in this canvas. Because sometimes these canvas boards can be quite dry, so you need to put on a good kind of a base coat first before you start putting in highlights and shadows. So I'm just covering this all in here, getting rid of all the white canvas. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Just cover that in there. Now, you can try different colours. You don't have to copy my colours exactly. You could do dark browns if you wanted that, and burnt siennas. Make a nice autumn scene out of it. But I'm just going to, for this lesson, I'm just painting a nice, subtle, easy landscape, nice on the eye, you know, nice and easy to paint. Now, I've just dipped into burnt sienna, a little bit of burnt umber, okay? And I'm just going to tap along here, just to indicate some bushes and some hedging, just along here, okay? Just like that, just along the top. And then just drag that down here. Follow the land again, okay? Follow the direction of the land. You see that? Now by doing that you can see that I put the mist in, that pushes the hills way back in the distance, doesn't it? Now, there's some hedging along here, okay? I'm going to put in some really dark hedging just here, and there's a little tree coming up. So I'm going to do that there now. I'm going to get my flat brush, the one we've used most of the time, and just dip directly into burnt umber, okay? And I'm just going to put a little bush along here, okay? Again, I'm just turning the brush as I go. Dab the brush and just turning gently, creating some nice bushes. And go in front of the cottage if you want, look. That will even push the cottage back further, that's better again, isn't it? You see that? Now, and perhaps on the other side as well. Just up here on the other side, put some dark hedging in. And cut in front of that corner of that cottage, and that'll push the cottage back into the distance. That pushes the cottage then back behind these hedges, you see? And all I'm doing is tapping. Just drag that down then into the colour underneath, okay? There you go, and it gives the impression of a slope on the ground. Just by the way I drag my brush, it gives the impression that the land is going in a certain direction. And that's what it's all about, brush strokes. You see? There you go. Now I'm taking my big brush again and I'm going back into burnt umber, and I'm just going to start tapping along here and there. Okay? That gives the impression of grass and weeds and all this type of stuff that you'd find in a landscape. You see this? Very simple. I'm just dabbing along here and there. Doesn't have to be perfect. You see that? And let's try some burnt sienna, this time on the other side. And notice I'm bringing it down this way to show the direction of the land. The direction of the land is falling this way, so I'm bringing it down and then leveling it out. You see that? Now I'm only tapping this very, very gently. I'm not going overboard with it, you know. It's easy, isn't it? See? Just by tapping the brush stroke we've created all these lovely grasses and weeds and all sorts of things. Now I'm dipping into my burnt sienna with a little bit of black. I'm just going to do some flicks, okay? Some flicks, flick it up like that. Just to suggest tall weeds and grasses and bushes and all sorts of stuff. See that? Now I normally take my time and I do a lot more detail on this, but I'm just doing this quickly for you, just to give you an example. Okay, there we go. That's not too bad now, is it? Now I want to get really dark just at the bottom here. I want to get really, really dark with this. So I've just dipped into my black with some burnt sienna and I'm going in really dark. And what that does is it pushes everything else back in the distance. You see? Now you could put rocks and all sorts of stuff in here if you wanted. And you should try it. But I'm just showing you this quick tutorial of a landscape. Now, I said earlier we had a little tree coming up here, so I'm going to paint that tree now. And I'm going to use my medium round brush, okay? A little bit of turpentine and some burnt umber. Make it nice and creamy. Plenty of turps. And then just, let's say this guy here. We'll take this guy. Just bring it up and wiggle it as you go up, okay? And I'm going leaning into the painting in this direction. And that again draws the eye into the painting, okay? So there we go, lift off to a point. Now as I'm doing this, I'm twisting the brush, okay? As I'm going up, I'm twisting the brush around, and that creates a lovely point on the brush. If you feel the brush is too big, just move to the smaller brush. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do now. Okay? Just like that. Again, just make the trunk a little bit thicker. There you go. And I move up to my pointy brush, my very, very small detail brush, and dip into that colour again. Nice and watery, okay? Plenty of turpentine. And let's just do some little flicks out here, see it? Little twigs and branches and all sorts of things on the tree. Now you can do as much of this or as little of this as you want. It's up to yourself entirely, okay? But I wouldn't overdo it. There we go. Now I'm going to put in some shadow on that tree, just a little bit. I'm going to dip into my black. Now Payne's Grey is fine for this as well, okay? Just use Payne's Grey if that's what you have. But I just want to put a little bit of shadow in there. Okay? Now, I'm going to get my small flat brush and just put some nice shadow from that tree onto the land, okay? So I'm going to just tap it down and bring some dark colour down in here into the land. Alright? And that'll indicate the shadow from the tree. See? That's all it is. And all these small little things make a big difference in the painting. Oh, it's not looking too bad at the moment, is it? I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow inside the door here. Just like that. And we go back to the turf. Just put some little flicks in here and there for the turf. Alright. Just like that. And we can put in, let's say, a few little bits and pieces around the front of the house. Like a little ladder. Put a little ladder at the house like that. A few little bits and pieces. And we'll straighten this eave here. Just put a bit of shadow in there. And you see all these little details, then you can take our time on all of these afterwards. Okay? No, it doesn't look too bad, does it? I want to put a little tiny little highlight just on the tree here, just to bring it to life. So I can go back into my white and naples yellow again, okay? And again, this highlight colour is very handy for most aspects of your painting. There we go. Just a little here and there, just where the sun is catching. That's all it is. You see that? There we go. You can blend it in a little bit if you want. You don't have to, but you can if you want. There we go. That's our little tree. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you was smoke out of a chimney top, okay? Now, I know it sounds difficult, but it's not really. I promise you, it's very, very simple. So let's see, what brush would I use for this? I'm just going to take a small flat brush. It's a little brush I use for bushes. It's very, very worn, okay? But any small little brush will do you. All you do literally is dip into a little bit of shadow colour, whatever you have on your palette, a little bit of white, okay? You just want a very, very pale grey. That's all you want. And just dab it just once or twice just to check it, make sure you're happy with that colour, and then just gently round in circular motion, and I'm hardly touching the canvas here now with this. Okay, very very gently, and there we go. And just curve it off to show that the wind is blowing the smoke away into the sky. And this immediately brings your painting to life, because it tells the person who's looking at it that there's somebody in the house, because there's a fire lighting. There we go, and it's just here and there, and then off into the distance in the sky to nothing, okay? And it's that simple. You have smoke coming over the chimney. You see? You wouldn't think it was that easy, would you? And this is very, very, very dry brushwork that I'm doing now. I'm basically scraping it onto the canvas. There's no thinners in this whatsoever. Alright? Well, that was a very quick tutorial, wasn't it? Now, there we go. Now, let's bring this to life even more by putting a person in the foreground here, okay? Let's say there's somebody walking around here looking for something, or picking something up, or whatever the case is, okay? Now, because this is a dark brown here, I'm going to put in a very bright whitey yellow, okay, for their coat or their top or jumper or whatever it is. So dip into your titanium white and your cadmium yellow, okay? And just remember what we said, the top half of a carrot. Don't do this too big now, because you have to understand, well, you have to allow for the fact that they're near the house. So if you paint it too big, it'll look like they're almost too big to fit in the house. So don't go too big with this. Top half of a carrot, and I'm going to put his hand down like this, as if he's bending down to pick something up. Okay? I'm going to clean my brush and go into, let's say, just go into black. Okay? Let's keep it simple. Just go into black, or your paint's grey, whatever you have, and paint the bottom half of the carrot just into the ground underneath him, just like that, okay? Now let's put a little stick in his hand as if he's pointing at something or trying to pick something up. The poor old fella, he's probably getting old. Okay, and let's go into burnt sienna and just do the hair. It's just a little mark with the brush, that's all it is. You see that? Isn't it amazing how easy this is to do? It really is. Now I'm just going to put a tiny bit of shadow just on the back of his top here, okay? Just a little bit, you know, just like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of shadow with the burnt umber, bring a little bit of shadow from his feet away from his feet, just like this. Okay, and then just run your finger along it and blend it off into the distance again. See? Easy, isn't it? Just like that. Now, you can, if you want, just to brighten up this foreground area here, just put in a few little dabs of different colours. Okay, just to brighten it up. They could be little flowers or whatever, you know, just to brighten it up. Just makes it more pleasing on the eye, you know what I mean? A little bit of white over here, small little dabs here and there. It just tells you that there's little flowers and things like that around. Because this really is out in the countryside, up in Kerry, so it's really wild. So we're going to have all sorts of wild little flowers and things like that laying around the place. There we go. Just like that. And I think all that's left to do now is put in perhaps 2 or 3 birds. That's like my signature for every painting I do. I put in a couple of birds. So we'll put in, let's see. Little bird here. And there. These little crows. They're all over the place. And there we have it. Nice little County Kerry landscape. Nice and easy. Nothing too complicated. Again, just try different things. try different colours. And if you have any questions, please comment on my page. Thank you so much for watching my video, and please give me a like and pass it on to everybody you know. Thank you so much. I'll see you again. Bye bye.